Hey everybody, this is Speed Leams, here with another video. Sorry I haven't been making a lot. I've been having troubles with my laptop, so I can only use my roommate's Mac when he's not using it. So it's not very often, but like tonight, I can make a video. Yeah. Here's the thing, this video is going to be called, which you'll see it's titled, Top 5 Wrestlers That Need to Retire. It's people who I think that need to just need to quit. I mean, you need to know when to fold them. Whatever that Kenny Rogers quote was. But anyways, let's get to number five. Number 5. I think the most obvious one is Rey Mysterio. He's not going to be at WrestleMania this year. I guess they were going to try to do a program with him versus Sin Cara, which I guess it would have been an okay match, but Rey would have had to carry Sin Cara through the whole match. And I just don't think. It's not that I don't think he has anymore. I just don't think his knees can take anymore. But let's just be serious. I mean, he's had what, 5 to 8 knee surgeries. I think on like one knee. So I mean, I'm a big Rey Mysterio fan. Back during, I think he was more. I don't know if there was a reason he slowed down maybe because of his knee. He slowed down his style when he came to the WWE in 2002 or 2003. It was one of those years. But if you looked at the stuff that he was doing in ECW and WCW and AAA, he was a lot better. I am a fan. I think it's just that I don't know. I mean, when you do go to the WWE, they have their certain type of wrestling style, and so you have to wrestle with what they say because you're working for them. But I will say that I think Rey should do just one more match, and I think the one more match is that he should do either, and here's my 2 options, and I want to get you guys' opinions on them. Either Albert Del Rio, or, I know this might be a stretch, but I was thinking Kofi Kingston too. Now let me give you Alberto Del Rio for the obvious. Alberto Del Rio, even though he is the World Heavyweight Champion, that'd be funny. I'm the World Heavyweight Child. Love people like that. But anyways, even though he's the champion, even though he's gonna have a WrestleMania match with Jack Swagger, which I kind of do like how Jack Swagger's been doing, but I don't see that as a main event. I've been thinking about it. Now that I think about it, I really don't see it as a main event. And he's gonna pass the torch to somebody. Now you guys might say, well, with him, I think Del Rio's like 35 or something like that, so he's not that young. But 35 is not old. I'm sorry. I hate the fact when a wrestler gets in his 30s that he's considered old. Look at Kurt Angle, whether you like him or not. He's like 40 something. He still wrestles really, really good, and so does Sting. And I don't see how you can prove me wrong on that. Sting has still got it. And so I mean, he's got at least maybe in the WWE, if it still goes well, which I think it will for him, maybe another 10 years. And so, I mean, I know in the WWE, Rey is not considered as a big deal as he was probably 4 years ago, maybe. But I think he's still widely respected, and that Alberto Del Rio would be one of the good options for him to pass the torch on to. Now, Kofi Kingston, the reason I say that is that Kofi Kingston needs a push, and the right kind of push would be with Rey Mysterio. And I think the way to go with it, and I know people can't see him as a heel, but I think he could do it. For some reason, I think he could do it. And I think he was, I'm not sure when he was doing that tag team, Dirty Filthy Animals, I think he was a heel. I mean, he wasn't wearing the mask then, if you remember that. So, I think if Rey Mysterio turned heel, if he turned heel and said, you know what, I'm done with this company, I'm just going to go out on my own, I think, and then I think that would go well because you could have Kofi Kingston come up saying, Mysterio, I respect you, why are you acting like this? And make it look like Rey Mysterio has a change of heart but attacks Kofi Kingston viciously. That gives him like 2 619s and then puts a chair over his face and does a springboard leg drop. Something like that, and then eventually have a match. A loser leaves the WWE, which I think it could be a good WrestleMania match. Have it be a false count anywhere match. We've seen Kofi Kingston do good false counts anywhere matches. Have Kofi Kingston win. Have Rey Mysterio shake his hand and saying, "This is the guy that you need to get behind." Excuse me, a little bit of spaghettios coming up the throat. But that's why I would choose Kofi Kingston too. And like I said, Rey needs to retire because with his knees, I know if I had kids and I was married, I would want to be able to, at least when I had the chance, able to quit my career. If I was ready, I would want to be able to retire the way I want to, which he should do now, within this year or next year, and able to walk with my kids, able to enjoy life, not in a wheelchair. I mean, sooner or later, for example, look at Hulk Hogan. Even though he's had this surgery and he wants to get back in the ring, sooner or later he's going to be in a wheelchair. And that's just not fair to his family. So that's why I think Rey Mysterio needs to retire. Number 4. This might hurt or offend a lot of people. I don't even know if I want to go there. Do I want to go there? I think the 4th person who needs to retire, definitely sooner or later, and this is just gonna be funny. I don't know why I thought it would offend people, but the Great Khali. I'm sorry. He's entertaining. You can't say he's not entertaining. He just sucks as a wrestler. He's just awkward in the ring. And that's all I gotta say. He just needs to retire. Number 3. Number 3. I think it definitely needs to hang up those boots. Is Terry Funk. He said he was retiring a long time ago. He always says he's gonna retire, but he doesn't have any. He doesn't even have any knees left. I don't understand how he's walking. I'm a big fan of Terry Funk, and not the ECW Terry Funk or the IWA Japan. I am a fan of that, but I'm a fan of back in when he was part of wrestling with his brothers, and he was winning singles championship. He wasn't really involved in the hardcore stuff. He was good too. I have a lot of respect for Terry Funk, and I understand he loves to wrestle, but he's got nothing left to prove. I just don't think he needs to wrestle anymore. Personally, I think he should be managing people. Personally, I would like to see him manage if Dean Ambrose ever goes into a singles career, which I think he will, and I think he'll have a great singles career, I think he should manage Dean Ambrose. He has kind of like that crazy attitude that, if you ever seen Dean Ambrose promos, or look up John Moxley, which is his real name, the one he used, and he used it on the Independents. Look up his promos that he did for like CZW and all the other promotions that he was involved in. He's really good at that. It reminds me of some Terry Funk promos. So I think, that would be a good choice for him to manage, or maybe even doing commentary. I mean, I think he'd be good on commentary. I mean, like, I think he would, if he did Raw, I think he would chew out both Cole and Jerry Lawler, and I think him and JBL would be a good commentary team. So number 4 was Terry Funk. No, that was number 3. Number 5, Rey Mysterio. Number 4, Great Khali. Number 3, Terry Funk. I'm sorry, I did rehearse this, but yeah. But anyways, number 2, I had a hard time saying. I'm having a hard time saying this, but I'll say it anyways. Christian. And I know a lot of you are gonna hate on me for saying that. But let's see. Since Christian's come back to the WWE, he came back and held that fake championship that they call the ECW championship. That was a fake title. That was not from there's only one ECW, and it was not the thing that Vince created. And that was the only really good run. And then he had those 2 times where he's World Heavyweight Champion, which was dumb. They didn't put anything behind him, and I was happy. It was good to see him as World Heavyweight Champion. But, here's the thing. I don't find him excited anymore. And a lot of this is just my opinion, so you can argue with me if you want to. I just don't find him excited anymore. And honestly, I think he needs to either find something new to put in his arsenal or just retire. And I also think that he doesn't have that big of a fan base anymore. I just don't see really a lot of people get behind him. I know there's like a small majority of people, especially on the internet. But I just don't see it. So I know it's controversial, but Christian, you retire. Okay, let's recap. Rey Mysterio, Great Khali, Terry Funk, Christian, and my number 1, which would be like the biggest person who needs to retire, and I put this guy before Hogan. Hogan, we all need to retire. I don't even need to put him on the list. Number 1, Ric Flair. Ric Flair needs to retire, and I understand he has wasted his money. He has so many ex-wives that I guess he can't afford to retire because of alimony and stuff like that. But I really don't like to see him wrestle anymore. He's 60. Like, when is he? 64. Who at 64 needs to wrestle? I just don't see why he's still wrestling. Personally, I think he needs to manage Dolph Ziggler, and that's coming from someone who is a Miz fan, and we saw, Ric Flair pass a figure 4 down to Miz, which is fine with me. That doesn't bother me. I'm a Miz fan. But I think Dolph Ziggler is more of a needs Ric Flair as a manager. I think they would go well better than Ric Flair and The Miz. So, those are my top 5. I don't know how many videos I'm going to be able to do this week. Saturday I am leaving for PA for a wedding, and that week I'll be down in PA spending time with some friends. So I won't be able to do it then, but there's a week where my roommate will be away and I'll be able to do a lot of videos. So look forward to that. I'd like to hear your comments. Talk to me on Facebook, tweet me on Twitter, and as always, check yourself before you wreck yourself, son.